You think you know Back to the Future? You know the quotes, you love the DeLorean, you've seen it 100 times. But what if I told you the masterpiece you remember was just one timeline? And the story we got was almost even weirder? We're talking about a script so bizarre, the hero literally had to fend off his own teenage mother after she falls for him and tries to kiss him.
You're my mom. You're my mom.
My name is Lorraine.
But you're...
Just relax, Calvin. You got a big bruise on your head.
Calvin, why do you keep calling me Calvin?
Add to that the original star being fired 5 weeks into shooting, and a time machine that was almost a refrigerator, and you've got a movie that barely made it to the screen. Today, we're uncovering all of it. The 17 shocking facts that will change how you see this film forever. So buckle up. The truth is about to hit 88 miles per hour. Number 1. Marty McFly's recasting changed cinematic history. In the earliest stages, Eric Stoltz was Marty McFly. He delivered brooding intensity and physical comedy, but his performance clashed with the lighter, wisecracking tone Robert Zemeckis envisioned. After 5 weeks of shooting, the production halted for a dramatic 3-day crisis meeting, during which the filmmakers realized they needed someone with a spark of optimism that only a comedy actor could deliver. Enter Michael J. Fox, then a rising sitcom star, who juggled Family Ties shoots all day and Back to the Future shoots all night. He slid into the role with infectious energy, rewriting chains of dialogue on set to match his natural rhythm. That fateful recasting forced reshoots, added 3 extra weeks of filming, and nearly doubled the budget, but it unleashed a Marty McFly whose charm and humor defined an era.
Biff. Now, whoa, Biff. What's that?
Transitioning from Stoltz's brooding to Fox's upbeat presence set the tone for every paradox and punchline to follow, proving that the right actor can literally change the course of time. Number 2. The logic behind Back to the Future. Time travel plots often collapse under their own paradoxes, but Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis spent countless late nights diagramming potential loopholes on whiteboards. They dissected the grandfather paradox to ensure Marty's actions in 1955 jeopardized his very existence, yet still left room for a triumphant reset. On weekends, Gale would convene script sessions in his garage, inviting physicist friends to debate wormholes, causality, and what-if scenarios until the sun peaked over Malibu. They ultimately crafted a script that balanced clear rules with cinematic flourish, like the necessity of 1.21 gigawatts and precise lightning timing, while tipping its hat to classic sci-fi. This obsessive logic didn't numb the fun, it deepened the stakes whenever Marty accidentally erased his siblings from a photograph, giving audiences real suspense alongside the laughs. Number 3. Inventing the Flux Capacitor. If the Flux Capacitor is the heart of Back to the Future, then Doc Brown is its eccentric surgeon. In early drafts, the time machine's core was a vague energy regulator, but Zemeckis pushed for a name so quirky it'd stick. Gale woke one morning with the phrase Flux Capacitor scribbled on a notepad, attributing it to pure subconscious brilliance. The production art department translated that phrase into a physical device. 3 glowing tubes converging at 45-degree angles inside a stainless steel box. This fusion of industrial grit and sci-fi whimsy sparked imaginations worldwide, inspiring fan replicas, Lego sets, and kids' glow-stick experiments for decades. Without that singular term, part pseudoscience, part comic flourish, the film might have settled for a generic light-up mechanism, losing the eccentric genius that made Doc's workshop feel like a laboratory of pure possibility. Number 4. The DeLorean's unlikely transformation. When it came to choosing a chassis for time travel, the production team scoured junkyards until John DeLorean himself offered his stainless steel DMC-12 at a steep discount. Its gull-wing doors, brushed metal panels, and futuristic silhouette made it the perfect blank slate for a cinematic icon. Technicians reinforced the suspension to support the added props, wire harnesses, glowing tubes, external conduits, and covered the hood with carbon fiber panels disguised by painstakingly applied silver paint. Behind the scenes, every fold of sheet metal was scanned for aerodynamic quirks, ensuring the car looked both believable in motion and fantastical when parked. That marriage of real-world design and filmic embellishment cemented the DeLorean as more than a prop. It became a character in its own right, straddling the line between automotive ambition and Buck Rogers fantasy. Number 5. Channeling lightning. The 1.21 gigawatt challenge. No mere computer effect could capture the raw power of 1.21 gigawatts. Special effects maestro Bruce Nicholson engineered portable Tesla coil rigs that hurled bolts across the set. The result was a wild, unpredictable ballet of electricity that forced careful choreography. Too little power and the shot fell flat. Too much and overexposure risked frying the film stock. On the night of the big shot, gale force winds from California's coastal hills threatened the lightning rig's stability. Crew members scurried, rewiring ground clamps in real time, while Zemeckis called for multiple takes to nail the perfect balance of arc length and flash intensity. Michael J. Fox stood at the wheel, clutching the steering wheel in heroic silence as the coils roared to life. That raw, pulsing energy on screen isn't digital, it's the authentic crackle of controlled chaos, marrying danger and spectacle in one electrifying sequence. Number 6. Michael J. Fox's Night and Day Marathon. Michael J. Fox's portrayal of Marty McFly came at a literal cost. He shot Back to the Future by night and Family Ties by day, averaging 18-hour workdays for 6 weeks straight. By dawn, he raced from the sound stages of Los Angeles to the Universal lot, often still smeared in DeLorean tire smoke. Tailors crafted duplicate costumes so he could change in seconds during car rides. Makeup artists learned to disguise exhaustion with just a dab of powder and a flick of mascara. Fox's adrenaline-fueled commitment injected Marty with a kinetic energy that paid off on screen as boundless youthfulness. His grueling schedule became part of the film's legend, proving that sometimes the best performance sprouts from pure dedication and a relentless drive to bend time itself. Number 7. Crafting two eras in one town square. The filmmakers rebuilt Hill Valley's downtown on a Universal backlot and dressed it twice over. For 1955, they sourced vintage Ford pickups, hand-painted signage, and poured authentic asphalt textures from archival photographs. Once those scenes wrapped, the squad swarmed the set at midnight, swapping neon signs, rerouting street lamps, and installing 1985's sleek shop fronts in a mere 8 hours. Prop masters labored under industrial lights, polishing chrome bumpers and replicating period-accurate newspaper headlines like "Einstein's newest experiment stuns science world." Meanwhile, extras shuffled into poodle skirts and acid-wash jeans as camera crews rehearsed the next day's cross-cutting. That relentless pace ensured Hill Valley felt alive in both timelines, grounding the time travel spectacle in thoughtful world-building few productions attempt. Number 8. Optical alchemy, pioneering composite effects. To simulate the DeLorean's rapid vanishings, the team relied on high-contrast nylon sheets, precision rotoscoping, and optical printers, long before CGI could handle such finesse. Industrial light and magic artists layered multiple exposures. One pass for the static car, another for the fiery time travel trails, a third for the ghostly after image. The alignment had to be pixel perfect. A single jitter in the matte line would reveal the trick. On evenings when frustration peaked, artists resorted to laying acetate cells under huge film viewers, tracing every frame by hand when the computers couldn't cooperate. The payoff was breathtaking. Shimmering streaks of light that warped reality just enough to sell the impossible, turning traditional effects into a visually seamless leap through time. Number 9. Surfboards, skateboards, and gravity-defying stunts. The iconic skateboard chase that propels Marty into Doc's workshop was nearly scrapped for budget reasons. Stunt coordinator Gary Pollard devised a pulley system to simulate blinding speed down a 45-degree ramp, then strapped young Cameron Warren to a second board to capture close-ups. During rehearsals, cameramen clung to dolly cars atop wooden planks just inches from the pavement, holding the frame steady as Warren hurtled past at 40 miles an hour. Michael J. Fox performed the final run himself, captivating the crew when he spontaneously popped an ollie mid-take. That skate sequence does more than thrill. It foreshadows Marty's skateboarding as his personal emblem of freedom, linking his rebellious spirit to his fateful journey through time. Number 10. Christopher Lloyd's Madman Makeover. Christopher Lloyd auditioned for Doc Brown with a gravelly reading of the script, channeling Frankenstein's monster more than the eccentric inventor we know. Zemeckis encouraged him to follow his instinct, resulting in the iconic wild-eyed expression and slurred urgency. The costume department draped Lloyd in a soiled lab coat, custom distressed by hand, and topped it with a wig designed to defy gravity. He improvised most of Doc's physical comedy, banging wrenches on irregular surfaces to test resonance, exploding with joy at each experimental success. Lloyd's fearless leaps between heartfelt mentor and unhinged genius forged a character so electric the film would collapse without him. Number 11. Engineering the sonic boom of time travel. Sound designers used custom-built Foley rigs to capture the DeLorean's dimensional leap. They recorded steel plates scraped by electric toothbrushes, power drills modulated through tape delays, and jet engine whooshes sampled from flight decks. During final mix sessions, supervising sound editor Charles L. Campbell sculpted each layering so that the whoosh, crackle, pop hit your ears like a physical force. Composer Alan Silvestri then wove orchestral swells around those effects, creating a sonic signature so distinctive it still triggers goosebumps today. Together, the visual and audio elements fused into a time travel experience you don't just see, you feel in your chest. Number 12. Improvised humor that became iconic. Many of Back to the Future's funniest moments sprang from on-the-fly inspiration. Michael J. Fox's signature "This is heavy" popped out during rehearsal when he misread a line and grimaced at the weight of Doc's words.
Whoa, wait a minute. Doc, are you trying to tell me that my mother has got the hots for me? Whoa, this is heavy.
There's that word again, heavy. Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
Zemeckis kept the flub in the final cut, recognizing that unplanned comedy can feel more genuine than crafted jokes. Similarly, when Christopher Lloyd tossed Marty a roll of duct tape, he ad-libbed, "If you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything," a line that echoed through merch stalls and motivational posters for years to come. These spontaneous bursts of creativity reminded the cast and crew that sometimes the best script revisions happen in the moment of performance. Those improvised gems gave the film an authentic, lived-in humor that still makes us chuckle decades later. Number 13. Designing the time circuits. Long before sleek touchscreens, the time circuit's dashboard gleamed with blinking amber LEDs, toggle switches, and glowing digital readouts. Prop master Ron Glass had to source rare vacuum fluorescent displays from obsolete avionics equipment, then ruggedize them for film use. Electronics guru Tom Noble rewired the console so the numerals advanced in real time during takes, adding a layer of interactivity that tricked the camera into capturing genuine urgency. Tech-savvy fans reverse-engineered the design for their garages, building functioning replicas that blink and beep on command. This marriage of analog electronics and cinematic drama helped cement Back to the Future's reputation as a playground for gadget lovers everywhere. Number 14. Grandfather Paradox School of Screenwriting. To nail the tension of Marty's fading family photo without confusing audiences, Bob Gale mapped out each alteration to the timeline on colored index cards. He arranged them on studio walls like a giant storyboard, tracking cause and effect down to individual seconds. When a test screening revealed viewers squinting at disappearing grocery lists, Gale simplified the scene by cutting distracting subplots and emphasizing Marty's panic with quick zooms and terse dialogue. Those refinements sharpened the film's core dilemma: change the past, lose your future, and kept the narrative momentum hurtling forward. Number 15. Crafting the McFly household. Casting Marty's parents proved as nuanced as casting Marty himself. Leah Thompson brought Lily McFly's warmth and humor, while Crispin Glover infused George McFly with awkward vulnerability. Their on-screen chemistry hinged on late-night character workshops, where Glover rehearsed George's stammer by reading Dr. Seuss aloud until he broke into fits of laughter. Glover's method approach occasionally clashed with Fox's high-energy style, prompting director Zemeckis to choreograph scenes with alternating framing that kept each actor in his comfort zone before blending takes in the edit. The result is a dynamic family portrait that shifts believably when Marty rewrites its narrative. Those performances anchor the film's emotional stakes, proving that time travel is only riveting when you care about who's on the line. Number 16. The Power of Pop. Huey Lewis gets his groove. Back to the Future's title song turned into a chart-topping hit, but its origin story is delightfully serendipitous. Producer Neil Canton admired Huey Lewis's Mercury-winning records and invited him to write an original tune for the film's end credits. Lewis arrived at the studio with a riff in hand and handed it to his bandmates, who instantly recognized its infectious charm. The group even filmed a cameo as the school dance judges after demanding league-cut legal clauses to protect their musical identity. That collaboration didn't just elevate the film's marketing, it bridged cinema and pop culture, securing Back to the Future's spot on FM radio playlists worldwide. Number 17. A legacy that warps pop culture. Upon release, Back to the Future rocketed to number 1 at the box office, earning over $381 million worldwide. Fans built replica DeLoreans, academic conferences debated its temporal logic, and theme parks erected interactive rides that let visitors travel through time themselves. Michael J. Fox's Marty McFly became a cultural shorthand for teenage rebellion and optimism, while Christopher Lloyd's Doc Brown epitomized lovable genius. 35 years later, the film's influence ripples through reboots, parodies, and Easter egg-laden sci-fi sagas. The true measure of its impact is simple. When someone mentions a flux capacitor, people still grin, knowing they're part of an adventure that proved the past, present, and future can exist in perfect harmony.